Hello there. If you're wondering about the one eye being done, it's because I'm going to demonstrate how to use Addiction Eyeshadow Palette number 4. I've already done it on one eye here, and I'm just going to demonstrate to you how I got this effect and what you can do to achieve it yourself. So Addiction Palette number 4 has some really good mixtures of some nice warm browns and some cool blues. And it's so versatile. You can do a complete look with the blues, you can do a complete look with the browns, or you can combine them together and get a really fun, easy look, which is what I did today. I did the browns and the blues mixed together. So I'm going to show you how I achieved that look and just how much fun this palette can be. And it's a very versatile palette as well. So I actually like to start with my transition color, and I use this color right here, Arrogant, and I use a nice fluffy brush. This is by IT Cosmetics. I love it because it is just fluffy and full, and it works really great for blending, and I feel like it gives a really soft transition color. And so I'm just going to pick up a little of that Arrogant on my brush, tap off any excess, and then in a windshield wiper motion, I'm just going to go back and forth. And I'm going to let you guys know I already did some eye primer, so I'm going to get very pigmented colors here. And I'm just going to be looking in the mirror behind my phone. So if you catch me looking up, I'm just looking to make sure that I've got everything where I want it. Because using your camera as your phone isn't, or your camera, your phone as your mirror, your phone, you know what I mean. So I'm just blending up and down, just windshield wiper motions. I'm not using a lot of pressure. And a transition color is basically to transition your colors from your lid all the way up to your brow. And you want a nice gradient. You don't want it to be where you see any hard edges. So it may be a little darker now, but we will blend that out. Blending is your friend when it comes to wearing makeup, and having good tools is really important as well. If you don't have good brushes, then you may notice that you're not getting the type of results that you want with your look. So after I've done that, I am going to take a cream shadow brush. Even though we're not using cream shadows, I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm going to be using it to create just a more deeper tone with my next color, which is going to be color Honest. I'm going to go with this kind of silver blue, and I'm taking a little rose water to wet my brush here. And rose water is great for so many reasons, but one of the main reasons I like to wear it with eyeshadows is because it creates more vibrancy to your color, and also it'll just help that color last a lot longer. Alright, so let's pick up some of that color Honest, that silvery blue, and I'm just going to go ahead and get that all over my lid. And as you can see, I'm not dragging the color, I am patting it. You could also use a sponge for this if you want to use just a eyeshadow applicator sponge. Just wet the sponge and you can get it on here. You may use more product that way with a sponge because it absorbs the product more, but it's an inexpensive alternative to a cream shadow brush if you do not have one. I personally prefer a cream shadow brush because it gives a more smoother application. So I'm just going to let that just dry for just a second. Just to give you an idea of how versatile this is, I actually use this color, the transition color Arrogant. I use that with a angled brush, and I actually did my brows with it. So this palette is really good for using brows, and if your brows are kind of in a medium to light tone, you can use this color. If you have darker brows, you can use this color Brave right here. So I love the fact that this palette is kind of my go-to for a lot of different looks. And next, what I'm going to do, feels like that color is dry, I'm going to take my crease brush, which has just more dense bristles here, and I'm going to use this color Cheerful here. It's kind of a, I'd say a lighter navy blue. And I'm going to be working in the outer edge of my eye here. Just bringing it into the crease just a little bit and into the lash line. And I'm almost doing like a V, sideways V or 7. And then I'm going to take a little of that color again, and I'm going to just run it lightly underneath my lash line, just to tie it all in. Don't hit your eyeball though. And just making sure I've got that all in there. It looks a little dark now, but I will blend, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to come back to my fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that darker color, blend it inward towards my lid. Clean out, dust off my brush a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to soften up my transition color there. Next, I'm going to take that same fluffy brush and I'm going to get Color Tender. It's just kind of soft, kind of champagne nude color, and I'm going to gently just buff it up to my brow, and I'm going to take and go a little bit in the inner corner there and work it up. So you don't want any hard lines. You want everything to blend from one shade to another and have a nice smooth transition. And so I'm just got maybe a little dark red there, so I'm just wiping up. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my cream shadow brush, get a little bit more of that rose water on there. I sprayed on my mirror. And then I'm going to come back to that Color Tender. I'm just going to pick some of that lighter shade up on there. And I'm just going to dot right in the center. Actually, my brush is no longer wet enough, so I'm going to spray a little bit more rose water. There we go. I wasn't getting much color on there. Alright, get a little more color on there. Alright. And I'm just going to dab right in the center there, just to warm it up that much more. You could actually even use Color Secretive, which might even, let's just try it out, let's see. Ah, it gives a little bit more of a, I don't know if you guys can see it so much on your end, but I feel like it just warmed it up a little bit more and gave it kind of a goldish tone right in the middle. Ooh, I kind of like that. Ah, put that on the other eye. I didn't try that before. Why not? Ooh, that's kind of warm looking. I like that. All right, I got a little bit on me, so big fluffy brush, kind of clean up there. And then you can actually take, I'm not really going to do too much eyeliner, but you can take the angle brush here, and I'm going to take this darker color brown, and you can even work it into the lash line a little bit if you want to, or you don't even have to do that at all. You can just leave the eye alone. And then I'm just going to follow it up with, I'm not going to, here, see if you guys, all right, so there's our finished look there. There we go.